managed to park myself up outside this tree, this chestnut tree, all falling here. I found a lovely hair in my food. Don't really bother me that sort of stuff though. It's only hair. Manggifi weh?
Yang jam.
Manggifi eh? Lepo bana.
Pandada.
Lepo bana.
Pandada.
No to do?
Manti Brian.
Drew. Today we are leaving Poppenguin and heading to a place called Toubab Dialow. So I met a lady on in the village who said she lives on like an eco farm with her husband, so I thought it'd be interesting to check it out, and she invited me to come stay. So we're about 20 minutes away and she's directed me to a petrol station and then a sandy road, and she asked if I had a 4x4, which I don't, so hopefully we're going to make it. But yeah, I'll catch up when we find this petrol station, we find the entrance. Look at this lovely little town. Show the boats in the distance, the mosque, very quiet, very peaceful. Let's go around this corner. Some space for two, maybe not. Okay, we've entered Toubab Dialow, and it looks a lot like many of the Senegalese villages. I always thought, because of how mad and how populated Dakar was, that most of Senegal would be like this, but it seems to only be Dakar. A lot of the other towns and villages you go through have a nice amount of people. It's not too busy, it's not too packed, and for the most part people seem to be really happy and really welcoming to tourists. They look at me like I'm a madman sometimes I'm driving through though. Okay, so I've found the petrol station and I just need to work out where I'm going from here. So I'm going to assume it's down here. And it isn't a great boat road, but once you've driven through the track at Jammer to get here, everything seems a lot easier. So on the maps it says I'm here. It just doesn't look very convincing. Things are just pinging off everywhere, but she did say the entrance was by a huge fig tree, and that, I don't know if it's a fig tree, but it's a big tree. So I'm going to try heading that direction, and then once I'm there I'm going to reintroduce myself, catch up, and then I'm sure we can show you around. Brilliant. I got so close to the tree and I've got stuck. So it's the thing, that's the first time I've been stuck in Senegal. Should be alright. Should be okay. See, moments like these where I think, why didn't I come this way? Why have I chosen this path? And I can't get into the farm, so here we go again. Here we go again.
Sometimes twice. Okay. Just one way out.
Okay, that makes me feel better. Yeah. Okay, we made it. Not my greatest first impression. Oh god, I've not done it again, have I? We just about made it. I'm dreading trying to get back out of here. Did I park anywhere? I said I don't know where is good. Here? That'll do. Ah, it's all good. I managed to park myself up outside this tree, this chestnut tree, all falling here. We're going to take a little look around, see if I can remember what she told me about the farm, but it's a beautiful place. Got a little horsey chilling out over there. Lots of chickens, baby chickens. We've just eaten, so everyone's gone for a siesta, so it's a nice time to have a look around. Kinda wish I wore shoes, like it's very hot. Nice plant with some sort of healing properties, but it's just out of season at the moment. Got baby melons, baby mangoes. Ah, my feet. The pomegranate tree. It's like completely off grid. They've got the water tank here, the water system. guava tree, which I want to eat, but it's not ripe because, oh, some sort of lizard. But I don't think they're in season yet, they're not quite ripe enough. I think it's about another month till everything's ready. This is a cool plant. I cannot remember the name of it, but I know it's to do with malaria. You can grind the leaves and ingest them as like tablets, or use them as preventative or to cure malaria. Where's that other fascinating plant that she showed me? Out. I think they've got about 3 hectares of land here. I've no idea what he paid for it. I felt it was too rude to ask, but got something in my foot. Definitely should have put sandals on. But this is a really interesting tree, really interesting plant. I can't remember what she said it was called. I always forget the names. But the Senegalese will break the branches and use them as toothbrushes because there's some sort of cleaning ingredient in there. But when insects actually fly onto this, it makes them so paralysed that they forget to become pesticides and damage the crops. They almost forget to eat, they forget to reproduce, and they just, well, they die in the end. But it's a very good plant for preserving all of these veggies here, which are primarily onions, I think. Loads of onions, which they actually harvest during Eid, because there's a time when people are eating a lot and celebrating, and they sell them to all the local markets and food stores. So I mean, they've got a beautiful place here. I mean, it's still a place under renovation, there's still lots of work to do, but you can see they've got another building going up here where they're going to put bunk beds for the workers, inside, living area, kitchen, and then a private dorm for the women, with a private bathroom. But they get people from all over Africa working here, well, mainly from Guinea and Guinea-Conakry and Guinea-Bissau, because the wages here are just better than anywhere else in West Africa. Shut that. It's a really cool place, but I think we're going to head down into the actual city now, or the town of Toubab Dialow, and have a real look around. And yeah, see who we can meet, see what we find, see what we learn. But first I might do what I always do and sit in this hammock. It's all well and good living at an eco village off-grid, but it just means that you're a long way away from anything. So hopefully we're going to go to this village here, because, you know, I'd like to go on a bit of an adventure. I'd like to see if we can meet some people, or, you know, I'm still a little bit hungry. And they did tell me that the best burger in the area is at a restaurant down here, and I love that type of food, so let's have a look. One of the biggest things you find here is unfinished constructions. So as I've been told by Claudia, the lady who owns the farm, that the best labourers are few and far between, and they're usually very booked up, so you get a lot of half-finished projects, which I don't really think would pass regulation in England. I don't think that looks straight, but again, what do I know? I think we're about 30 minutes away to... Here you can see another baobab tree. I think I showed you one of these on the Ile of Gore in one of my previous episodes, but it's a really important tree here because I think it's one of the only trees which fruits don't rot once they've over-ripened. So when they fall to the ground, they can still be used for things like clothing and paper, and for nutrients as well. You can eat them, so it's definitely a resource that's very valuable here. But again, you look, just nothing really, no life, just empty buildings and a few workers on top of this roof. I'm not actually sure what's going on with these houses. You can see they've just been left so long now that they've got plants growing in them, families living in them. It's interesting. But again, as I mentioned before, I kind of thought that the whole of Senegal would be as populated and as crazy as Dakar, but it's really not. It's mostly just lots of little villages and little towns like this where there's really nothing going on. I mean, on an evening, this pitch is full of people playing, but through the day, I'm not really sure where people are. I guess they're just working, or, you know, it is hot, so maybe they're just hiding from the sun. Hey. if you're looking to drink beers in Senegal, most of the buildings are quite inconspicuous, even though it's a pretty normal part of the culture. But you can always just spot a little bar by that yellow flag sign, which is good knowledge for anyone coming in who wants a beer. You can see here the schools, the international schools, which are they're really quite expensive here, I think. But I guess if you're a travelling family, an international family, do you sacrifice your children's education to not put them into a good school, even though it's not available to the rest of the population? It's a complicated issue. But I think for the schools that are not like this, the public schools, it's a case of you don't pay so much. It is a small fee, but even so, if you have a large family, you cannot afford to send all of the children. Assalamu alaikum. Ça va bien, ça va? Is this the place? Assalamu alaikum. C'est possible pour manger? Oui, Tchébodjen. Après? Ce soir? Ok, je reviens. Ok. Un hamburger? Hamburger? Après. Ok, merci. Okay, so it looks like in the evening the hamburger that I've been recommended will be available, because I guess there's just no reason to be selling food when everything is shut. But these streets later in the evening and night are so busy. So we will return there, but for now we're going to try and get down here to Toubab Dialow and get to the beach. Le prix de ça? 1000 francs. 1000 francs. Okay, pas de problème. Merci. But again, like sometimes in these countries, people definitely just see you and try to overcharge you. If you wanted 1000 francs for the mango, which I just know it's not the price. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
One of the things that is really nice about this country, when it's not being overcharged for fruit, is they got a real greeting culture. So when you see someone, they always greet you and you always greet them back, and it's just a nice part of their community, I think. Where are we at now? I'm going to hopefully try and find some food around here. At someone's house. It's a stray goat. There's 2 stray goats. There's 3 stray goats. It amazes me sometimes that I actually drove here. But this is where I've ended up. It's cool, bit of craftsmanship, that boat. Assalamu alaikum. Oh. Assalamu alaikum. Not 100% sure I've ended up here, so I'm going to try to find a way back towards the beach. Okay, so I've made it down to one of the beaches, but I don't think it's the one that I was looking for down here. The mothers are just watching the kids on the beach casually. That's what I'm looking for, to get up there. Are these stairs a bad idea? I don't know. A bit wonky. So the guys coming off the boat. Maybe that's why the town's so quiet. Looks to be used as waste. But I am hungry. I'm hoping this restaurant up here is the one that I'm thinking of and I can get some food. Ça va?
Toi, tu prends des jolies photos.
Ah, photo, oui.
Ouais, mais quand même,
J'ai fait des photos.
Nangadef.
Mangifi, oui?
Yang jam.
Mangifi, eh? Le Pobana.
Pangadef.
Le Pobana.
Pangadef.
Not to do?
Man Ibrahim.
Drew.
Ibrahim.
Ibrahim.
Wow.
Drew.
Joe. Ashanti Ibrahim.
Enchanté.
Ashanti.
Okay, for the restaurant?
Restaurants?
Là-bas?
No. Fee. Here.
Okay. I don't know if I've just walked in at someone's house, to be honest, but what I'm looking for is Subulbadi, which is not here. Drew, Drew. Nuturu. Maya. Enchanté. Enchanté. Okay, so we've made it. This place is a little bit of an establishment in Toubab Dialow. I think it was built by a Haitian man. It's got a beautiful view over the sea. It's got good food. Yeah, it's a nice place to be. And look at that beach. If you look at the architecture, you can see that it was, I think it was the first hotel that was built here before all these things went up. This Haitian guy, who's a refugee obviously from Haiti, came here and just took a chance on it, and it's like the most popular place in this part of Senegal now. Est-ce que je peux avoir une crevette sauce caribé?
Crevette sauce carré.
Caraïbe, ouais. Avec frites, avec jus de bissap. It's definitely not traditional Senegalese food. There's lots of mini prawns inside a Indian style paste, which probably has the Caribbean influences from Haiti and then in time Portugal, but oh, it's hot. Wow. Tasty though. To be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed. I thought the prawns were going to be bigger. They're tiny. Because one of the things that is the best culinary wise in Senegal is the seafood. Obviously we're so close to the sea. And it's such a big industry with so many fishermen that tends to be bigger and nicer fish than this. I find a lovely hair in my food. Don't really bother me that sort of stuff though. It's only hair. Not the end of the world. Lovely. This is where you'll find me for the next, I don't know, 2 hours. Okay, we've made it to the beach at Toubab Dialow, and you can see the pretty typical scenes of most beaches here. The boys are playing football, there's little restaurants. It's good vibes only. It's all good vibes, it's all very positive, all really peaceful. Okay, we've just about made it to the main road. I've been abused by a group of schoolgirls demanding that I give them water. But we found a main road. I don't think we're too far away from my place. I know that when I've made it to the football pitch, I'm basically back at the farm, so got about another 5-minute walk back there. But I think we've seen quite a lot of Toubab Dialow, and I've made plans with the Guinean guys who work at the farm tonight, so I've got to honour it and get back there in time before it gets too dark and I get lost, so that's the plan. Samari. Nangadef. Nangadef. Hey, Mangifi. Hello. Bour. Tout va bien?
Oui, ça va.
Oui? So we set off into the slowly setting sun to a small town of Kel, where, like most guys do, we managed to connect over a game of football, even though we didn't speak a word of the same language. But as always, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Be kind to yourselves, and I'll see you next time.